What is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. My name is Richie, and in this video, I gotta talk about the NBA draft class from Leon Rose, because in my opinion, Leon Rose aced the 2024 NBA draft for the New York Knicks, and I'm gonna break down why in this video. But I also would love to hear from Knicks fans in the comments section down below. What is your thoughts of this draft class for the New York Knicks and your overall expectations for them moving into their rookie seasons and beyond with the New York Knicks? Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to Knicks Media. We are so close to 13,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for the support on this channel this week. It has been going nuclear, and that's because what Leon Rose is doing is getting Knicks fans excited like myself. So let's get straight into business. Before we talk about each individual prospect that the Knicks brought in, I have to remind you guys that what the Knicks had heading into this draft and what they came away with, because it's mind-boggling when you think about it. And also, I can't talk about every single trade Leon Rose made, because this video will be 25 minutes of me just like going in and looking like a mastermind genius of a scientist, because that's what Leon Rose, Worldwide West, and Brock Aller were doing behind the scenes for the New York Knicks in the draft. Trading this, trading that, getting this pick, getting cash here. I mean, it was crazy to follow what the Knicks were doing. But at the end of the day, this is what the Knicks went into the draft with. 3 picks, okay? 2 picks in the first round, okay? Hope you're following. I'll try to break it down slowly because it's complicated. The Knicks had 2 first-round picks, pick 24 and 25. They also had a pick at the top of the second round at pick 38. So that's what the Knicks had going into the NBA draft. Now, what did the Knicks come away with? No, they didn't come away with 3 rookies like we were supposed to with 2 first-round picks and 1 second. We came away with 4 rookies and 3 future second-round picks and extra cap space and cash to work with for this upcoming season. Now, how they pull that off, that would take me 20 minutes to break down of all the trades Trader Rose pulled off. I mean, you talk about trading out of pick 24 to go back to pick 26 to recoup pick number 51 in the second round, and then they draft Daddy A at 25, and then with pick 26, they turn that into 5 future second-round picks, and then they package 2 of those 5 second-round picks to move up in the second round to get Tyler Kolek at pick number 34, and then they kept trading, and they kept moving, and they kept grooving. But at the end of the day, the Knicks went into the draft with 3 picks. They came away with 4 rookies and 3 second-round picks for the future and cash, and I absolutely love the prospects that the New York Knicks brought in, okay? So I hope you're following. I know it's complicated to break it all down, but at the end of the day, Leon Rose aced this draft because of what he's been doing in terms of building this Knicks organization from the ground up with the draft picks when he first got here, and then trading those players for the players that we have now, getting players on good contracts like they did last season with Dante, like they did last season with Josh Hart, how they got Jalen Brunson on that deal in free agency. The list goes on and on and on. Now let's get into the players that Leon Rose drafted, starting off with Pacome Daddier from France, the 18-year-old, the Knicks' only first-round pick. Now, this is a guy that some speculation is around that the Knicks could stash him. That's not for certain yet. If anything, he could be on the Knicks roster and just play in Westchester. This is a guy that's 18 years old and is very raw. My favorite part of his game is that he's a 6'8", 6'9" wing that could put the ball on the floor, size people up, hit step-back three-pointers. He kind of reminds me of like a Michael Porter Jr. That's the play style that I see from a Pacome Daddier. I think that this is a guy that can definitely develop for the long run. I think he's too raw to expect him to play right away, and I don't really think a lot of these rookies are going to play right away unless, hear me out, there's 2 players in this class that I actually think are NBA ready, and that is Tyler Kolek and Kevin McCullough Jr. So let's get into Tyler Kolek, who's probably my favorite pick of this entire draft class from Leon Rose. Tyler Kolek reminds me of Jalen Brunson. He's a lefty, crafty, playmaking, shot-creating wizard who put up 17-plus points per game, 7.7 assists in Marquette. He has so much upside, and he's also ready to go. He's a dog. I love his mentality. He has that mindset that fits the grit and the toughness that requires to not only play for Tom Thibodeau, but play in the city of New York City. So I love Tyler Kolek. I think this is a guy that Knicks fans are going to fall in love with, and this is a guy that I think if the Knicks wanted to, he could come in off the bench as a rookie. Now, I don't expect him to be in the rotation right away. There is a lot of speculation about Deuce McBride. Is he expendable now? Are the Knicks going to trade him? I do not want to trade Deuce. But at the end of the day, the Knicks did not have a ball-handling point guard, like a playmaking floor general, behind Jalen Brunson. We simply don't. Well, now we do. And this is a guy in Kolek who is very high on a lot of NBA scouts lists. And a lot of people had the Knicks drafting Tyler Kolek in the first round with pick 24 or 25. And the Knicks got him at pick 34. They packaged some second-round picks to move up to secure their guy. And I think this is a guy that we can expect to develop behind Jalen Brunson. Let's not forget, Brunson was a second-round pick for Dallas, and we knew what Jalen Brunson was in Dallas, but then when he came to the Knicks, he blossomed into the star he is today. I really see a lot of similarities in his game. I think he has some grit. I love the way that he plays the game of basketball with his fluidity, his shot making, his ability to handle the pick and roll. He also feels very poised, confident, and in himself, and that is the stuff you need in order to win at the next level and be someone that will stand and stick for these New York Knicks. Now, getting into the next player, I want to talk about Kevin McCullough Jr. from Kansas. This is a player that I think would have went a lot earlier in the NBA draft if he did not suffer an injury before the NCAA tournament. This is a guy who everybody compared to Josh Hart leading into the draft. And guess who drafts him? The New York Knicks. Okay, you talk about Kolek, reminds me of Brunson. And now we have a Josh Hart clone. This player put up 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Okay, this is a player that's ready to go right away. If his name is called due to injuries, I think he'll be ready to go. Now, listen, I know that Thibodeau's stubborn. I know that he does not play rookies. I get that. I know that Knicks fans are not going to expect rookies in this class to play this year, and you shouldn't. But the thing about this Knicks team and the thing about basketball and sports in general that we learned a lot last year, injuries are unfortunately a part of the game. And if Kevin McCullough Jr. has to get some minutes because of some injuries, I think he's ready to go. This is a player that's not raw. He's not 18, 19 years old. He's someone that has a lot of experience, and I think that this is a guy that we can expect to come in right away and ball out. Now, when I say ball out, I don't mean being like a rookie of the year. You know, you're 23 years old. That's Kevin McCullough Jr. I think that his play style, being a glue type of guy, getting a rebound, pushing the pace, having really good ball handling abilities in the open floor, can knock down a shot from downtown. He's not the best shooter in the world, but that's not his game. He can space the floor. He's the glue guy, get those hard rebounds. This is a player that I think Knicks fans are going to fall in love with. The 6'7" guard wing type of player that literally reminds me of Josh Hart. This is why I think the Knicks fans should be very excited. There's a lot of buzz around the Knicks draft class. A lot of people in the NBA are shocked that the Knicks were able to land Kolek and McCullough Jr. because let's be honest, round number 1 definitely did not feel that flashy. Knicks fans were not that satisfied, right? We traded twice and we got one player from France. And then round 2 is where we really stole the show, getting Kolek and getting McCullough Jr. Those two players are two players that I personally think could help this Knicks team this upcoming season, providing depth behind the deep rotation that we have in store. And also, let's not just think about this upcoming year. We got to think about the future, guys. Kolek can develop. McCullough Jr. can develop. Of course, Bacom Daddier and everybody in this class, they can be in this rotation in 3 years from now, for all we know. So Leon Rose is trying to draft players to develop for the future. A guy that I want to remind you guys of the development is Deuce McBride. They drafted him in the 2nd round, and he barely played in his rookie season. He was in Westchester balling out. Year 2, he was in and out of the NBA, and then he was back at Westchester balling out. And then in year 3, Deuce McBride got the opportunity, and he ran with it. And now Deuce McBride is on a cheap contract with the Knicks for the long term. Hopefully we do not trade him, but that's the Deuce McBride project that I'm talking about, that the Knicks did such a tremendous job developing him for the long run. You can expect that from these players as well. And then last but not least, Ariel Hukporti, the center, the big boy, 7 foot, 245 pounds from Germany. This is a guy who played in Australia for the NBL. This is a player that has a natural ability of defending the rim, high flying, can catch the lobs, can just get block shots after block shots. I think this is a prototypical rim protector that Tom Thibodeau loves. And I think this is a guy that can test Jericho Sims in training camp. So definitely exciting stuff. And the reason why I think Leon Rose aced this draft is because if you put in perspective what the Knicks went into the draft and what they came out of it, they went into it, a reminder, with 3 picks. They came out with it with 4 rookies and 3 future picks and cash. Think about that, folks. How is that possible? I don't know. Leon Rose made it happen, though. Folks, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm trying not to gas up the Knicks too much and sound like I'm biased and I'm just like praising everything Leon Rose is doing. But I'm objective. This is exactly how I feel. How can you look at what the Knicks did and not be excited? So Knicks fans, share your excitement down below in the comment section. Do not forget to hit the like button. Knicks Media is out. Enjoy your weekend. Free agency opens up on Sunday. Let's hope Isaiah Hartenstein returns. If not, we have to figure out which center are we bringing in. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.